Dr. Adami, people in the front, they fix their teeth with something called veneers and lumineers. And what is one and what is the other? What's the difference?
Oh, okay. That's a great question. Veneers are something that we've been doing for many decades. What a veneer is a thin piece of porcelain, almost like a fake fingernail, that goes over the front portion of the tooth. And years ago, we had to remove some of the tooth in order to make room for the veneer. That's called a traditional veneer, which we still do occasionally if the tooth is out of position. What a luminaire is an ultra-thin little wafer of porcelain that gets chemically bonded onto the outer surface of the tooth. It's extremely strong, it's extremely cosmetic, and it's totally non-invasive, meaning that you don't have to do any removal of your natural tooth. It's done without anesthetic. It's done typically in just 1 or 2 visits, and they can last a lifetime. It's a very exciting technique.
All right. Are there any pros and cons for one or the other one? You did say it's less invasive to do the luminaire. By that, you mean you don't have to grind down the tooth, right?
That's right.
Instead of the veneer. So anything else? Any other like pros/cons? Any time when a veneer would be the only option and a luminaire doesn't quite do the trick, or vice versa?
Yeah, many times it depends on the position of the tooth. If the tooth is out a little bit out of alignment and it's out toward the front of the face, toward your lips, if you put a luminaire over it, it can sometimes accentuate that. And even though the color may be nice, the tooth will look a little bit Bucky Beaver sort of. So what we like to do in those cases is remove some tooth so we can make room for the veneer to keep the teeth all in a nice alignment. So sometimes you can't do the luminaires depending on tooth position.
Okay, all right. And there's also some question about speed, veneers or luminaires. Does one always have to do many, or can one just, one tooth is chipped or whatever it may be, or brown, and the other ones are quite okay? Because it's obviously a money. If I need 2, 4, 6, that's a lot more money than just one. But does one fit
sure
in?
Is.
Like a car, if you paint only one door, sometimes doesn't matter how good they do the damn job. It sometimes you can see.
Match.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is extremely challenging to do just one veneer, and I often talk people out of it because you're exactly right. No matter how well the paint job is, if you're painting just one piece of the wall or one door of the car, it is near impossible to get that to match, especially when you're talking about tooth colors. Tooth colors don't come out of a box. There are a lot of different shades and gradual discolorations here and there, and it's near impossible to match Mother Nature. So I often tell people you need to do at least 2 minimum, preferably 6 or 8 if you want to make them look nice and even and all the same shade. But one is a big challenge.
I see. In any case, luminaire or veneer.
That's right. If you're trying to match Mother Nature with something that's glass or porcelain, even though we've come a long way and they can look magnificent, it is still very challenging to do just one. I often talk people out of that and try to get them to at least do 2, especially when it's the top 2 front teeth. Have to be a magician otherwise.
All right. Got it. Okay, thanks.
All right.